This is essentially what Jamie Redknapp said on Sky about Mourinho. And he says he has to accept responsibility for that. He's making a habit of upsetting too many people who he needs as allies, not enemies. Jamie Redknapp says that on the decision to bring on Bale and Alli to bail him out won't go down well. Now, let's be fair. I think Mourinho's approach to Dele Alli has failed because he thought, I'll just say this on a documentary saying that you don't train well, that you're a lazy son of a bitch, and
that'll motivate him.
That'll motivate you. Then you'll turn up at 6 a.m. on the training field, and you'll be the first one there, last one to leave. Well, guess what? Didn't fucking happen. So
yeah,
he's more of a player that you got to put your arm round to get the best out of him.
Yeah, it almost feels a little bit similar to like Gareth Bale's situation. Obviously, Gareth Bale's was like, he enjoys golf more than playing. With this, it's like, I'll freeze you out and I'll publicly slander you on a documentary, then not play you at all, and then I'll bring you back in and that, and it's I just think like he needs to leave. Clearly Mourinho isn't the type of manager who's gonna put a arm around people. You either turn up for him or you just don't play. You're not gonna get any hugs from him.
Apparently that's the same issue with Bale. He doesn't train hard, so he doesn't play. Although Bale's been around the block and he's in the twilight of his career.
He doesn't. I don't think Bale cares anymore, really. I mean, of course, he probably still loves football for like Wales, but like since he got I don't know what started the thing with Zidane and at Real, but he just started leaving him out. Obviously, he must have just been trying hard, not been training, was enjoying his golf a bit too much because, maybe started putting a bit of weight on or whatever. He wasn't playing, so his agent was like, "Well, let's get a bit of publicity for you. Let's bring you back to Tottenham. It's your home. All the fans will love you. Bit of positivity to your credibility. But your rap, your reputation. You're going back home because you want to play football for Spurs and stuff like that. And it's just carried on. He hasn't. I mean, Mourinho's like, oh yeah, you bring him back in on loan. We're not gonna. Well, Mourinho's basically said, oh, we're not gonna make it permanent. So with that, Bale's like, well, Madrid. I know I'm only going to be here for another couple more months, and then I'm back to sunny Spain on my alls. So why should I really try? I mean, he's lost. I mean, I don't know why he's lost a yard of pace. But then when you see him playing that, like even no fighting him or anything. Dele Alli should have moved, I think. But then Mourinho himself, just going about his situation in general at Spurs, he's having problems right now. It's not going to plan for him. His team are terrible, by the way. I personally think his team are terrible. Like, they're reliant on Son and Kane. Like, and even when Kane was injured, Son didn't have the service. He's playing such a negative style of football that, I mean, it's always the thing, isn't it? Like, Tottenham fans are always a thing of, we want to play beautiful football, But then Mourinho's like, well, I'm not going to do that, but my way of playing is going to get you a trophy. And then Tottenham fans have to weigh up, well, do you want a trophy, playing terrible, boring, sleep football, or do you want to play really good, expansive, good to watch football, but not win a trophy?
Yeah.
Or maybe have a significantly less chance of playing, because they were playing really good football under Pochettino when they got to Champions League final. So, you don't have to play boring defensive football to win a trophy. You can play good football.
Yeah.
But your players have got to turn up, and they've got to be the right kinds of players.
Yeah. No, I know.
I think Dele Alli should have left. He had a chance to go to PSG, work with Pochettino, the man who was literally made him the player he was. He could have gone and
Yeah.
played for him and reignited his career a bit because he's still only, what, 24 or something, is he? I can't remember how old he is.
Um,
23.
I think the time's ticking for.
But he's wasting the. I mean, he's not even. He's nowhere near his prime, but he's
He's
wasting the
24.
best year of his life. 24 years, yeah. So
He's
he's
entering
wasting.
that period where he needs to be winning trophies.
Well, he needs
Otherwise,
to be
if he doesn't do
consistently
it now,
playing.
if he doesn't do it now, then he's never going to do it, isn't he?
He's going to
That's the
turn
thing.
in. That's, I mean, Gareth Bale hit what he's at now at like 29, 28, 29. He was at Dele Alli's age. He was winning Champions League consistently. He was scoring world class goals. He was playing, but Dele
Mm.
Alli's hitting that. He's still young, and he's already hitting that stage where he can't get into Spurs squad, even for like cup matches. And it's like that's not a good sign. It's like you're not going anywhere with this team right now. So really, for Dele Alli's career, I think what he should have done, and I said this is just me, and I'm just I don't know anything about Spurs, but if he wanted to basically guarantee football for himself, secondly, increase his chances of getting in the England squad.
Yeah.
He should have moved on loan somewhere if he had
Yeah,
to.
I know what you mean.
Um, and
Yeah.
then what he should have done is hope that Mourinho continues to do bad and he gets sacked.
Hmm.
And then someone who's actually going to give him a chance at Spurs, if he wants to continue playing for Spurs, someone who's actually going to give him a chance comes in to replace him.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do. I mean, like I know anything, but that's what I think he'd probably want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anytime any reporter ever asks about Dele Alli, it's either he's either injured most of the time, which is ridiculous, or he just doesn't get picked. I
Yeah.
mean, even when he does come on and play, he's
Mm.
not there, is he? Not there. I mean, do you remember what Dele Alli was like when he's? I remember when he was playing for what was it was MK Dons he played for.
Yep.
But he moved to Spurs like what 18, didn't he? 17, 18.
Yeah, something
And
ridiculous like
he
that.
was next best thing. And
Yeah.
I remember we were in for him at Liverpool, were in for him, and I remember we missed out on him. I was like, oh, I was actually gutted. And he's had a couple of good, like really good years with Spurs. I don't know what kind of player he is because he always played when he was at his best. He always played kind of either sort of a centre forward, kind of just behind Kane.
Yeah.
And he always, and he was just a bit of because he's a bit tall and he's a bit physical, but I don't think he's particularly quick or like overly skillful. But he's kind of a good overall player. But his best years were, he was playing consistently and he was scoring goals. Mourinho just has no trust in him. I mean, as you said in the documentary, publicly slandering your own player, like you just don't do it ever.
Exactly. You just
That's how you fall out with people, and that's how you end up getting sacked.
yeah, you do it. It's ridiculous, but it's what he thought would work, and it hasn't.
That's backfired again.
It's backfired on him, and I think the more he upsets the players, the more. Well, let's put it this way: who's Daniel Levy gonna back, Mourinho or his golf buddy?